If you've ever watched one of my streams, you've probably seen me speedrunning Ultimate Custom Night. But how do you do that? Well, there are many ways, but the one that I do is getting every jump scare. This video will teach you how to speedrun with all the tips and tricks that I know. First, the basic rules. The goal of the speedrun is to get every jump scare in the game as fast as possible. At the start of the run, set every animatronic to 20 and hit play. Every time you get an animatronic, you are allowed to set them to 0. This can be manually, but if you want to go faster, which is the goal, you can death coin them, but I'll get to that later. Once the final jump scare has been triggered, you stop the time. So now let's get to the strategy. Something to keep track in your mind, which you might see me do, is animatronic types. The categories I have are triggerable and spookers. Triggerable animatronics are ones that can immediately be caused by the speedrunner, usually to get a fast split time. These animatronics are Chica by changing the music in her room, Golden Freddy and Nightmare BB by flipping the cameras, Nightmare Own by hovering the mouse over them, and sometimes Scrap Baby if you get good luck. The second category is spookers, which are animatronics who will not kill you, just spook you. In order to get a jump scare by them, how I like to think about it, is you need their effect to activate, or get past the point where you can prevent them. These are Bonnie, BB, JJ, The Phantoms, Old Man Consequences, Trash in the Gang, Helpy, L-Chip, Funtime Chica, and Phone Guy. Some of these jump scares are obvious, but some of them are not, so a few clarifications. Phone Guy jump scares you when his mute button goes away. Old Man Consequences jump scares you when he locks your cams, and Trash in the Gang have to jump at you, not just whisper. The early game of your run is very important, because it's the part of the run that you control the most. After around halfway through the run, you are effectively left up to chance whether you do good or not. I like to split up the order I get the animatronics like this: the Spooky Chaos, the DuckTales, the Hot Ones, the Noise Boys, the Imposters. There are a few more categories such as the Plushies and the Rockstars, but I'll get to those later. Firstly, the Spooky Chaos. This is the start of the run and usually lasts around a minute or less. During this time, you try to get every single spooker animatronic. The rule of thumb I use is if you don't get a score of 8,800 by the end of the first night, you should reset the run. Getting 8,000 by the end of the night 2 is when the run fully starts. The animatronics you should be aiming for are Phantom Mangle, Phantom Balloon Boy, Bonnie, Balloon Boy, and JJ. To do this, continuously flip your screen up and down, activating your mask so Golden Freddy doesn't kill you, and also making sure that Nightmare BB does not kill you in the process. Check the figurine on the desk, and if it's Bonnie, flip it to Pirate's Cove. The Phantoms will still show up on a broken screen, so no issues with keeping Bonnie till later. Once both are completed, keep looking at the cameras as long as possible to get Balloon Boy and JJ. You may get cut short by Old Man Consequences or Helpy, but let that happen. What you should try to avoid is getting hit by Nightmare Fredbear or Nightmare. Once JJ is in the room, you can't stop them, so just flip your screen down and hope for an L-chip. DuckTales are what I call the mediocre melodies in the duct system. Use the audio lure to draw the animatronics to your door, but keep two things in mind. 1. Orville the Elephant is a stupid animatronic who will never do what you want and deserves to burn in hell with his friend, Mr. Hippo, who you should under no circumstances let jump scare you. But Ozzy, you might say, why should I not get jump scared by Mr. Hippo in an all jump scare speedrun? Well, as I said, the run ends at the final jump scare, not when everyone is set to 0. This means if you save Orville until the very end, you can cut that 3-minute monologue from your run, making a huge time save. The Hot Ones are animatronics who are triggered by heat, including Freddy, Jacqueline Chica, and Lefty. Turn on the heater and off the fan to quickly increase the temperature in your room. This will also stop Hippo and the other mediocres from moving, and Rockstar Freddy from jump scaring you. For this reason, you should get Freddy and Jacqueline Chica, and then go into the Noise Boys stage. The Noise Boys are Lefty and Music Man. To cause them, keep the fan on and turn on the power generator. I like to keep this set up for the rest of the run, but it is really just up to preference. After this point, causing animatronics is effectively impossible, so I just like watching the imposters, or the vent animatronics, go through the vents. Plushies show up in the right hallway and can be stopped by buying a plushie, and the Rockstars include all the Rockstar animatronics. These cannot be directly triggered, but make sure you are letting them trigger by searching up what makes them appear. A mistake that I was making for quite a while was staying on the cams when I had just Rockstar Chica left. And Rockstar Chica actually cannot spawn if you are on the cams. So I was basically just killing every run that I was doing, and I felt really, really bad. And finally, one thing that is good to mention is death coins. Now, you can just go back to the regular screen and set somebody all the way down to 0 manually, but that does take time. A faster way you can do it is just by ignoring the animatronic when you get to the home page and immediately going back into the run. Then, you quickly scan the cams, making sure to not get jump scared by the same animatronic again. Get 10 coins, grab a death coin, and then death coin that animatronic. There are only a few animatronics that this can work on, though. I'd look them up, but the ones that I usually do are Foxy, Funtime Foxy, and Toy Freddy. Now, if you don't want to death coin somebody, that's completely fine. What I would recommend is try death coining them, and then if you get jump scared by somebody else, set them down to 0. If you're already setting somebody down to 0 and you don't want to risk getting jump scared by the animatronic again, I would just set them down to 0. It's a little less of a time loss if you do it while you're also setting somebody else down, and that's just what I would recommend. There's some logistical strategies, such as holding escape after a jump scare to exit faster, or memorizing where the animatronics are so you can set them down to 0 faster when you get to the home screen. But the rest is up to you. Good luck and have fun speedrunning.